Remember, thin, 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 thin. Just wait for it. Hello everyone. Hey y'all. I thought that I would do a sort of 2-in-1 video where I show you my updated brow routine. Presently I have no makeup on this tired face. So yeah, I wanted to show you my updated brow routine, and I also wanted to show you this brow hack that, to be honest, like, I don't know if I figured it out on my own. I'm sure there's people who do this, but I have never seen this, and I am an avid YouTube watcher, consumer, and I'm mostly self-taught when it comes to makeup, you know, and YouTube has helped me a lot in that area. And I've never seen this. So, you know, let me know, comment in the comments down below if you have seen this hack, but I have never seen it, and I think it's really cool, and I'm sure some of you could benefit from this, especially if you have a hard time. Let's just put it out there. Basically, this hack is for people who have a hard time getting their brows to look natural, especially towards the front of the brow here, especially if they have sparse brows like me. And yeah, you don't want, and if you're not like a fan of that like really blocky brow, which I'm not, doesn't mean I've never done it. Like, I have my bad brow days and my good brow days. I like to think that they are more good than bad these days, but you know, I still have my bad brow days. But I know some people just have a hard time with their brows all the time, so I thought this might help some of you. So let's just get into it. You will need a small little concealer type brush like this. So this here is the Real Techniques concealer brush, but you can just use any kind of like little shader or concealer brush. Something like this too would work fine, or well, you know, just a tiny little flat brush. You will need a spoolie right here, and you will need a small fine tipped angle brush like this, unless you are using pencils or something. I'm using a brow pomade, so that's what I'm using. And to be very specific, I am using the dip brow. I'm using the dip brow, but my dip brow is like really dried up. It's like dried out and just not very good. Like, I use it anyway, and sometimes I like will add a little bit of oil or like eye drops or something to smooth the formula out. But actually what I've been doing instead is I've been mixing it with the Tarte Amazonian Clay waterproof brow mousse, because this one is fresh and nice and smooth. But not only that, this one is they're both taupe top, but this one is extremely cool toned, almost gray. Like, it's great. I love how cool tone this is, because it's so hard to find cool tone brow products. Not as much nowadays, but still. So I use this as my base, and then I mix it with a little bit of this, which is also called taupe, but it's super warm and red and orange. So I mix a little bit of this with a little bit of this, makes my perfect little color for now. You also will need a concealer. I like using this Benefit, it's a little sample, but this Benefit Bowing industrial size concealer. Like, it's so tiny, there's only like a gram of product in here, but like it lasts so long and it works for this. I like to use that for my brows. Those are like my brow products that I use all the time. The brow hack is at the end. So right now, just do your brows as usual, however you would do them. I will show you quickly how I would fill them in. So I'm just gonna take a little bit, right? I'm picking up a little bit of this on my brush, and then a little bit of this one too. And I'm just going to kind of mix them in my ABH lid like this. And this is kind of like my little palette my little palette right here. I know it looks so gross, but the truth behind how we get these brows, right? So I'm just gonna mix that up, make a nice little paste. Nice, more neutral color, and so nice and creamy again. So happy about that. I've had this dip brow for, well, it's the only dip brow I've ever bought. Don't judge me, but like I do keep my makeup for a very long time. Like I just use it on myself. I'm not afraid. I don't get infections. Don't judge me. I've had it for a long time. Like it's almost over, like it's almost finished, and it's because, well, because there's no choice. I mean, I've had it for so long. I've had it for so many years. It's been dried up for so many years. I don't care. I just still use it. So first, you're gonna brush up your hairs. See what you have there. So that's what I'll do first. I'll brush up my hairs. I'm just gonna fill everything in, and I'll come back for the hack. I like to get it really nice and thin. You can even sometimes, what I like to do sometimes, if it's not thin enough for some reason, I don't know, you can even like pinch the ferrule here. Pinch the bristles at the base. I'm not gonna do it because I don't feel like getting a bunch of pomade on my hands right now, and it's pretty thin. Like I got it pretty thin. And then I'm going to just go, I'm gonna start not at the very front. And the reason I say you can do this with anything is because you can basically do this with, I mean, obviously you could do this with your brow pencil. You know when it's like, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this brow tutorial, and like what happens? Bad brow day. Right off the get-go. Let's just see if I can fix it. This only happens when I'm filming. Okay, let's get rid of that. Let's get this. Let's get this. Okay, let's get this. Come on. Come on. Come on, Charlotte. Okay. Get my paste. I've been doing this thing where I'm just making my brows a little bit straighter. So in the past, I would have gone. This is almost like a good hack to use if you don't have like a precise brush, or if you don't have like a great brow product, or you have trouble with your brows. That's fine too. So I'm just gonna fill these in a bit more. The reason I'm not like doing any like little hair-like strokes there and stuff, like not really, is because it's part of the brow hack that I'm going to show you. Just wait for it. See, like I'm basically changing the shape of my brows because I don't have a lot of hairs, and I kind of like the straight brow look. I'm still going to carve it out a little bit. Okay, so the idea behind this hack is that even if it's super messy and yucky, like right now my brows are super groucho and messy and everything, but it's all gonna get fixed up. I think the reason that I sort of like came up with this hack is basically because I had because basically I was using old dried up products, you know? So how did I make that work while still looking like really good? I'm actually gonna kind of like exaggerate how bad it can be right now. Like I'm gonna go in and like really intensify the front and make it look like, you know, ridiculous. and then we're gonna fix it. Let's just brush all of these hairs up first without applying too much pressure, because I don't want to remove all the pigment. Another thing you can do too is go like this. This is something I started doing more recently actually. Okay, I don't have a lot of product left, which is fine. You don't need a lot to like, you really don't need a lot. So something I like to do is to put my brows up like this too, and make sure that it's equal underneath here, because sometimes when I put my brows up, or like I make this expression, which I do a lot, I noticed in my day-to-day life, it just really mirrors like the asymmetries between your brows. If the front right here is like very different. So I'm trying to exaggerate how like groucho my brows look like, to show you how much this cleaning up brow hack can really help. So first, let's just brush through all those brow hairs. Now we are going to take the concealer. I'm going to swirl it in there like that. And then just like the other time with the brow, I'm gonna go like this, just kind of flattening the brush against the pan. First, I'm going to carve out my brows pretty normally, pretty like however you would do that. So let's start here. And I am going to try to make it like we're starting on the same page on my lens. I'm still keeping some arc, but it's a lot straighter than my natural brow, and it's also thicker. I'm gonna do the top. I know not everyone likes to do the top. I like to do the top, especially if it's before foundation, because I actually remove most of it anyway. We are even going to block it off. And I know, it seems scary so far. It seems like the opposite of unblock your brow. But you have to trust me. Trust me. By the way, this is like the part of my routine that takes the most time, I think. Let's do the other brow. Okay, now, in case you don't remember, my brows, they just aren't the same at all, and I have a hard time with that. And now we're almost at the amazing part. First, we are going to blend all of this concealer out and remove a lot of it actually. I'm gonna use this little shader brush, and I'm just going to blend, softly blend. Remember, this is my finicky eyebrow. If you know what I mean. I'm just gonna softly blend that out. I'm gonna softly blend out the top. Sometimes I will actually even just do this. Just watch. And that's why you might be like, why do you do that anyway? Why do you put concealer? Well, because it still keeps some, but I remove most of it. So I will do that just for the sake of this video. I go like this on the top, and I basically remove most of it. And okay, here comes the semi-magic part, okay? Though you are going to have to forgive that my brows aren't perfect today. They are not perfect. But I want you to use your imagination with your own brows and see how could this bring your brow to the next level. I have some more concealer there. I just pinched the bristles so that they would be as thin as possible, okay? And then, and you're gonna have to do that regularly, I'm gonna go right here. And instead of drawing hair-like strokes, I'm gonna draw negative hair strokes, okay? Yes. Remember, thin, 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 thin. Then you're gonna start. Okay, I'm serious. You guys, I have never seen this hack. Am I wrong? Come on. I have never seen this hack. So I'm gonna go on the other side. It's not finished, okay? This is the first step. And this one has kind of like, I have a lot of concealer on this brush actually. Usually I would put less. Like I would just take whatever is left over and I would pinch it and then go in. But I also wanted it to be like super noticeable for you, so we'll see. I might be doing this like too much, but I will even like go in and like go in. Like I'll go in a little bit here. Okay, and it's not finished, but already you can see though that it is going to look a little bit more natural. I don't know what I just did there, just ignore that, okay? Then I'm going to take my spoolie brush and I'm going to go in and kind of blend it and also distribute the product. And if you got some at the top, then you can always remove it again. If you put like too much concealer or something, you could go back in and add some product. But I just think it's a nice flexible way of adding dimension and life to your brows. That's a little bit kind of more foolproof, you know, for a lot of people. And I just think it adds a really cool effect. So let's just see. I don't have any more product. Okay. Maybe I'm like kind of exaggerating, you know, like maybe that's too much. But my point is that you can experiment. It might help you get a more natural brow that you know, that you like a little bit more. It's not perfect right now. Some days I get it a little bit better than that. But I do think that it adds a little bit more of like a lifelike sort of quality at the front of your brow, more hair-like strokes in a way that I haven't seen before. And I think it's such a great way to fix brows that have been too shaded in or blocky. Obviously right now I don't have any other makeup on my face and that kind of brings everything together. But I do think that this is a cool just kind of little hack, like I said. So let's just take, I just want to show you like on my hand. And like I said, I'm sure that this is like known about. Makeup artists probably know all about this, but on YouTube I've never seen this, so I thought it was cool. I thought it would be worth sharing, you know. Let me know if you do this already, if you've seen this before and I'm completely wrong. Maybe this is a thing that I just don't know about. Let me know if you like this video too, if you want some more stuff like this. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this brow hack. I hope that it was useful to you somehow, and please let me know if you do anything like this, or if you have any suggestions, or if there's something else you'd like to see. Let me know. Please subscribe to my channel if you enjoy watching these. It encourages me a lot and it lets me know that you want to watch more and that you'll be there to watch more. Yeah, have a wonderful day. Thank you so much. Until next time.